short spells with Leicester and Saracens too. Finn Smith with the drop goal attempt. He likes it. And Adam Leal's not quite sure.
I think it's good. It's a brilliant option. I was just thinking.
On the inside, but I couldn't see for sure. I couldn't get round to see. So.
Yeah, no worries.
If Exeter, I was just thinking if Exeter can score a penalty even next, and then a try, just puts a bit of pressure. So shot to nothing. Take it out to 60. It's good.
Walker to Lamb, and now the rumble. And it's brought down, but by their own side, and Cunningham feeds it back. Chisholm goes into Reece Carey. Porter uses Levis. Good support from Walker, and look at the leg drive from the Quins skipper. Lamositelli, former Saracen, to within a couple of metres. The short pop and the drive now from Chisholm. Quins really feeling it. Onwards through Baxter. Harlequins, baby-faced assassin.
Third yellow card, second for Saints. They're without Pearson, one of their big enforcers at times like this. They've got to try and out-muscle Leicester here, keep them out. A man down and a big man down. Dan Cole, sensing glory. He's got it now. He's got a lot of work to do on his own. He's up to the line, just short. He's being turtled by Northampton's defence. Cracknell waits. Doesn't get that far. Harry Wells, not quite. Now Leicester are. It's Chesham. And increasingly you are thinking on this East Midlands evening that it is Leicester.
And just as Northampton lose, they wanted to see him in the tight phases being more dominant. A couple of free kicks today, one penalty against. There's still, he's not the full article quite yet, but he's very useful for Sarries, that's for sure.
He's in the middle of all this. Ball smuggled back from McFarlane to the hooker Theo Dan. And this is low rumbling transportation that might take them all the way to the target. Look at Dan.
Goodness me.
Pure strength, undiluted determination from Theo Dan.
The best player on the field so far in the first half an hour, Theo Dan.
And, Martin Maloney makes his debut for Exeter, former Leinster man, and here he is on the ball, rumbling onwards up towards that 22. Yendall seeking to go through the middle of the ruck, tightly packed here in the middle of the park. Cairns trying to inject some energy into proceedings, forwards from Woodburn. Still they play on. Faye Waboso given some space. The referee allowing play to continue, and Faye Waboso scores. It looked as if it had gone forwards off Woodburn some time ago with the right hand upright, and it's working for him.
It's just a guard, so he's gliding Faye Waboso, isn't he? He's thinking about whether he needs to step off his right foot. Then he sees
as a back line, when the two sit behind the scrum, you don't know which way they're going to swing. I think if I was Exeter, I'll be going left.
Well, first things first, bonus point on Exeter's mind. If they could convert a score here, they'd be within 7. They take something away. Cairns breaks from the base. Haydenwood goes wide. Faye Waboso will finish. Test and conversion. 2 for the afternoon for the Chiefs winger. Hodge needs to convert now to secure the Chiefs 1 bonus point, and then they've got to get their skates on and see if they can do still better.
Is it? Yogan and Davison just take contact together. You've probably got 260 kilo going at the Quins defensive line. Just one shift, maybe where the defence aren't expecting, they're expecting the pick and go directly into the sticks.
And it's converted, 14-all.
Well, if you want to hear what I've got to say about it, Nick, I'm not sure you do, but you're going to hear it anyway.
Finn Smith. 32 Northampton points over the course of the opening 3 rounds, and a much needed.
Sensibly there, Hammersley rode the tackle. Just bade his time before making the placement. Hodge, a name we've not said in a little while. Brown Bampo, a name that we've said to the point of exhaustion, because hasn't he been omnipresent? Here is Street as the phases mount and the pressure builds, but still Chiefs not making it into the 22. They are being held at arm's length by a battalion of bears. Faye Waboso, hungry for work, spots a gap, only needs a little chink of light to hurtle away. He roars his delight and makes being lethal look like so much fun.
But the difference is that Faye Waboso gets the ball here and he looks up and he sees a prop, attacker prop. That's exactly the mismatch that players like that want to try and find. Unfortunately, I think it's Jake Woolmore. Gets too wide, and when you've got someone like that, the fend that comes after that is outstanding. But you have to tighten up in and around the breakdown.
Before a Greek chorus in the stands, over in the sunshine at Sandy Park. Bristol scoreless in this second half. It has been unanswered dominance from the hosts.
And you can tell the enthusiasm, it's creeping into their defence. I say creeping, it's been there all day. Line speed's just going up and up and up. Every time Bristol get the ball, they're on the back foot. Unless you can just win the contact area like Janse van Rensburg just did.
Intercept from Faye Waboso, and if you want to stop Manny Faye Waboso, you're going to have to catch him first. The dive at the end is the exclamation point that score merited. A first bonus point try of the season for Exeter Chiefs. And they are rebuilding the ramparts at an ecstatic Sandy Park.
Well, they're absolutely flying now, aren't they, the Chiefs? They're back. You can see the relief. Faye Waboso, but it comes from line speed in defence. Get up, get flat, and try and pick those wide balls off. He almost he read the mind, didn't he? I think it was AJ McGinty. I'm always slightly concerned about people's rib cages when they do that, but good deftness just to push the ball up in the air, regather it, and let's see it. Come on. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
To take this throw in, the first of the night for him. First voyage into the Newcastle 22. They made 16 shots trips to the Bears' red zone, as it's known in rugby, last weekend. Only scored in 4 of those occasions. Here they come, Maunder. Hawkins pulls it back for Skinner, and Hodge slides inside Redshaw, releases the showstopper, and he's cantering in for the opener. His is the name on everyone's lips. Manny Faye Waboso, shattering deadlocks, breaking defences again.
Straight off the top, first phase ball. What I liked here is the footwork. You see the vision of the footwork from Hodge. As he gets the ball here, he just steps on the inside, sees the rush defence, sees Ben Redshaw fly out at him. You can see here, there, just steps on the inside, creates the space, and as he takes the tackle, you wouldn't want anyone else in that position to finish from there. Brilliant start from Exeter.
Through November with Steve Borthwick's men. As will Finn Smith, of course. Northampton leading by 19 points to 10 now.
With all big forwards in the middle of the field, which meant all the pace had to come from a long way away. Whereas Hendy and James straight down the middle of the field, they win the foot race, they win the bonus point. perfect target zone, isn't it? But they're just all at sea, Sale Sharks. 40 points at 36 minutes.
Andrews looks the likeliest. It was meant for him. That's been lost on as Clare tried to gather it up. Curry. War. Fun Rain thumps it in. Oh, and a Poku for jaw. Straight down the middle. His first ever Premiership try. It has been some week for the newly installed England international and now Premiership try scorer. Asher Opoku for jaw.
It's incredible. As you said here, I mean, it's an open goal for him. Doesn't quite believe it. Slides in, as you said, Nick. What a week.
And it's almost relief, really, because they've been through a torrid afternoon here at the Stonex. But to get away with a bonus point.
That always means they're looking for something slightly different to other teams, and that was really well set up.
We did check it. Go back as well.
They're running back to gather. They don't want to let Newcastle catch a breath. Every time the ball goes out, they get a line out. Northampton are there first. They're taking the line out quickly. And
make that 5 from 5. Finn Smith's last act of the match is to slot another conversion. He's been...
Clock in the red. Final kick of the match to win it. What a noise. And once again, the end of a Gallagher Premiership match where absolutely nobody leaving will be asking for their money back. Russell gratefully can pick up.
Missed the touch again.
Jack Van Portfleet running in because none of the Bath defenders. Oh, and then that's high. And DuPont's law for all to see there, and Jack Van Portfleet absolutely using the fact that none of those Bath players were able to tackle him. Oh, and then the run through from him, and he scores. Skippering Leicester here in the Premiership for the first time ever, and that's a try all of Jack Van Portfleet's making.
Misses his touch. He has to keep running forward till he puts all those players on side. He doesn't realise until too late he has to do that. None of those Bath players can touch him until Finn Russell goes past. Now they can. That's the change in law. Previous years they would have just had to wait for Van Portfleet to run 10 metres. This time they have to let him go. He gets to within striking range.
Yeah, if you're Leicester here, you're not in any rush. Spend the next 2-3 minutes down here happily. Go through the phases.
Paul's a little bit compromised there. Now they get it to the back. Just pass it back to Clare.
Use it.
Leicester have to play. Van Portfleet probing the short sides, looking for supports. Stewart took it very close. Clare pops it off the deck. A lot of big pieces of kit waiting. George Martin tumbles to within 1 metre. There's the leg drive, there's the spin. Clare waits. Dan Cole gets up to his feet. They go for the line and they're over again.
George Martin.
It is big George Martin, minus his scrum cap, but playing with all the fury and ferocity of Michael Checker's Tigers.
Very good at this, where they almost just use that extension of the body to get themselves over. Good carry from Stewart initially to get them close. You see Martin initially on the other side. This time Clare gives it to him. He just survives that first hit that comes in. Two players. A little bit of a miss.
Wow, the noise and the lights of Welford Road as Saints go a-searching once more. Is this the moment? Maybe. Freeman up to the line. Finally, in the 81st minute, Saints score the try. And that'll hurt Leicester. They'll have been looking to keep them out, but eventually.
So looking to find that killer touch early on here. Angus Scott Young to the skies. And away they come through Hendy. There's an injury. Down on the ground, 5 metres away. Surge from Pollock. Scott Young again on the ball. James searching for it. Sale have slowed it up. Davison on the carry. Bounce his way through the contact.
They lost Finn Smith for a second. He had to go in and clear out on Davison, so they've just lost a bit of their structure.
Smith dabs it onwards, Freeman's after it, and back goes Sale.
I'll have to check whether it was grounded first. The referee's assistant is happy that it wasn't by the defender.
It's been knocked backwards by Orange and then grounded by Green. If you need more time, please let.
Really nice change of direction late, and then beautifully weighted kick, puts pressure on. He misses it, doesn't he? And then in sliding over, he has the wherewithal to stay alive and get his hand out. That's a really good score from Freeman.
Lamosatelli. Good pressure from this Exeter defence for now. Evans holds it, tries to hide it for Tyrone Green. Iskro is caught by Beckinsale. And here's Anyanwu from well back behind the gain line. Exeter have done a terrific job here. Push Quins outside of their own 22. Oh, but then space for Evans, and Evans whistling away. Oh, the pass was on, and Porter was under the post. He might yet be still. Jordan Ellis rumbling onwards, and Slade trying to stop him. They're playing with an advantage here. Porter will most likely do it, but sleight of hand from Evans, and Oscar Beard finally gets the try.
Just mention it to him.
Well, Will Evans, a very happy man that try was scored. Here's the break. It's a beautiful line. But then, it's got to go. Don't know what he's done to Porter this week or what Porter's done to him. But Exeter absolutely desperate. 5 on 3 on that side, so they have to fly out of the line.
It was in the tackle, Adam, as well.
Almost like a matador. Liebenberg just asking whether it was a yellow card for deliberately not being back the 5 metres. Referee not having any of it.
Vaines. Liebenberg, we give it to Martin, and Martin bounces over. And Leicester won't hang around with the conversion, and Sale will have to restart, and there's a little bit of juice still left in this contest.
Good carry initially. Liebenberg picks to the side, invites the 2 defenders onto him and just lifts it up for George Martin. Martin with the power going back against the grain to where those defenders have just committed to Liebenberg. Gets a soft shoulder on Van Rijn.
Stony-faced as he looked on listening to Phil Dowson's half-time shellacking. Litchfield, he's got some space there, gone beyond Sinti. Not very often Saints have punctured Saracens' defence so far.
Twice.
Tackle!
Mitchell, Langdon. Smith, and then the half break from Pearson.
Advantage.
Fraser Balmain is down with a very poorly looking right shoulder. Meantime, Northampton looking to cheer themselves up. Mitchell held on to it, got snaffled by Juan Martin Gonzalez.
We've still got advantage.
This is Pearson. We'll have a chat with Rob Webber, part of Saracens' coaching team, in a minute or two. Meantime, Freeman dancing his way through. Need magic, get magic. The magic man, Tommy Freeman. Much more of that needed, please, if you're from Northampton.
It's Reece Carey, isn't it? He's your first defender. He's number 1. He's got to hold his post there. He can't leave there. He can't drift wide. Easier said than done.
Because that plays into Bristol's hands. So what can they do from this?
Cowan-Dickey, plucked out of the air by Ernst van Rijn under his white scrum cap. Cowan-Dickey where you'd expect him to be. Viliami Mata keeping a close eye on him. He was first off the base, but look at Quirk. Quirk's gone. He thinks he's wearing a Bristol shirt. He's wearing a Sale one, and Rafi Quirk reminding us all of what he is all about.
What a brilliant start from Sale, and that young man. Oh, something that just stops you off the back of a line out. Look at him. He knows where he wants to go. He's a little fumble off the right foot, accelerates past the cover. Nice little in and out. Runs away from Randall. 1-0 in that battle. What a great start for Sale.
I mentioned the chat that Sale had in their first defensive set, and it was non-existent in and around the guard area there. You had Big Bill Mata in at guard, and he saw Laheath coming out.
Left-hand corner of the pitch, where Northampton are camped again. Walker to slide home. Double shot coming in, but Northampton teaming around the corner. Mitchell, change of direction. Pearson. Mitchell again, lightning quick ball. Dingwall couldn't release Hendy. Mitchell threatening. Henry Pollock, sit down, get off. Just short. Mitchell digging it out. Walker has a crack.
Goal line, lads. Goal line, Newcastle. Goal line, Newcastle.
Munga. Pollock screaming for it again. Instead they go out the back to Dingwall, and Litchfield, it's Freeman who scores. Under the sticks, half a dozen Saints tries, and as fog envelops the gardens, shafts of bright, saintly lights pierce the sky from Northampton.
Brilliant patience. I think that's the key for Saints. They've gone down to 14. They've won a couple of penalties, and maybe it's not as glamorous a rugby.
Evans again. Extends long to present. Smith wide to David. Chips over the defence, but it's taken in by Max Pepper, who's on the field now.
Does well, Pepper, to go to ground so he can't be hit in the back and driven into touch.
He wasn't on ball.
Catches, goes straight to the floor.
Chop, 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 chop! Take the ball! Stay strong, Cal! Use it!
Stewart's clearance, charged down by Canningham, he's gathered it in, and he could do with a little bit of support here. Then they arrive, Porter fires it to Smith, crossfield is on, the kick pass, Murley waiting, inside ball to Beard, and the momentum carries him through. And Harlequins have a bonus point at Kingston Park. And that surely is the match wrapped up now.
Because he's got no time to react. You just got to hope that the ball bounces up for you. It does, he takes it. And then Murley, as soon as Marcus Smith's got it, he points into the corner, he knows exactly where he wants it, and he's got a 10 who's got the vision and the kicking game to spot that opportunity, change what he was going to do, and put it on a sixpence for him. And then the finish on the end, despite the covering defence from Falcons, is good. And Marcus Smith likes that. Really good picking off of those final defenders and the drive for the line from Beard.
Well, a couple of stellar moments from Marcus Smith.